Okay, good morning students. We are starting with our third sum of income from house property. So here in this sum we are providing with the information of an SSE who is having three different house which are given on rent. Okay, so there are three informations are provided for different houses. Okay, so first of all we are getting information about municipal valuation and expected rent. As earlier discussed, municipal valuation and expected rent, whichever is higher will be selected. Means in this both criteria, higher amount will be selected. Means here 54,000 and 65,000, then 65,000 will be considered. Then after it will be count here higher value will be considered. Then after selection of amount from these two, we will compare this amount with standard rent, and here we will consider lower amount. Okay, so first of all here 54,000, 65,000, then 65,000 will be selected, and then after it will be compared with standard rent 59,500. Here lower amount will be selected. So first of all we will have to select higher amount, means 54,000 and 65,000, then 65,000 will be selected. Then after it will be compared with standard rent and lower amount will be selected. This is our step 1. Okay, so 59,500 will be here in house number 1. Then after in house number 2, 39,000 and 48,000, then higher value will be selected, means 48,000. Then after it will be compared with standard rent, that is 42,000. So here lower value will be selected, means 42,000. Okay. Then after in house number 3, 54,000 and 72,000, then 72,000 will be selected. Then after it will be compared with standard rent, that is 60,000 rupees. Here lower value will be selected, means rupees 60,000. Okay, so all students, you all are clear about that. First of all, expected rent and municipal valuation will be compared and higher value will be selected. Then after it will be compared with standard rent and then lower value will be selected. This is our step number 1. Then after our step number 2 is actual rent. Actual rent means tenant is paying rent, which amount tenant is paying rent to its owner. Okay, so this is actual amount 75,000, 36,000 and 72,000. In step number 1 and step number 2, higher will be selected. Okay, we have already discussed in earlier lecture, but for your reference I am telling you that. Okay, so in both these figures higher figure will be selected. So here 75,000, then after here 42,000, here 72,000. Okay, so we have in step number 3 we have calculated our gross annual value, but in this sum extra information about loss due to vacancy is provided. Loss due to vacancy means many times it happens that SSE is ready to give its property on rent, but no one is there in this property and property remains vacant. Means in this situation SSE or owner is not receiving any amount of rent. Suppose I want to give an example about the property. If you are giving rent, your property on rent for rupees 5,000 per month, then you will receive annually how much amount? Then 12 multiplied by 5,000 means 60,000 rupees you will receive. But if your tenant is not there in your house and he is not paying you any, or property is not receiving any type of rent for you, then for 2 months property remains vacant. You have to wait for next tenant. It happens in our real life. When any tenant vacant any house, then after you have to find out another tenant for that house. Okay, during that period you will not receive any amount of rent. Suppose this period is for 2 months, then you will not receive rupees 10,000. because 5,000 multiplied by 2. Okay, so 10,000 will not be received by you, so it will be known as loss due to vacancy. And loss due to vacancy means during this time SSE will not receive any kind of rent, so it will be deducted because you are not getting any amount. So income from house property will not be taxable for that particular time period. Okay, so loss due to vacancy is provided to you. Okay, so loss due to vacancy is 2 months for house number 1. Okay, it will be deducted from gross annual value, and net gross value will be taxable. Okay, so gross annual value, for that purpose loss due to vacancy will be calculated on the basis of actual rent. Please check that actual rent received or receivable. Okay, so we will calculate 2 months on which amount basis? On the basis of actual amount received or receivable. Okay, here 75,000 is our annual value. Sorry. Okay, actual rent received or receivable is 75,000 rupees, and it will be deducted from gross annual value. Okay, so 75,000 multiplied by 2 divided by 12. Okay, 12,500 rupees. Okay, so this vacancy will be calculated on the basis of actual rent received or receivable, and it will be deducted from gross annual value. So 75,000 minus 12,500, 75,000 minus 12,500, then it will be your taxable income. Here it will be your taxable income. Okay, in second house it is said that here 4 months is loss due to vacancy, so actual rent received or receivable is amounting to rupees 36,000. So 36,000 multiplied by 4 by 12. Okay, because for 4 months the house is vacant. Okay, so 36,000 here 4 by 12, that is rupees 12,000 rupees. Okay, then after 72,000 actual rent for next house, and the next house is having loss due to vacancy of 2 months, means 72,000 into 2 by 12. Okay, 12,000. 72,000 multiplied by 2 months vacancy, 2 by 12. Okay, so 72,000 minus 12,000 means 60,000 rupees. Okay, here taxable amount will be 60,000, and here taxable amount will be 30,000. Please check that loss due to vacancy will be calculated on the basis of actual rent received or receivable. Okay, so on that basis I am calculating that, and you have to another point to note down is that gross annual value will have deduction of loss due to vacancy. Okay, so loss due to vacancy will be deducted from gross annual value. Okay, so here taxable amount will be 62,500, 30,000 and 60,000. Okay, answer is correct. I am just checking it. 30,000 rupees and 60,000. Okay, so lecture here is completed. Okay.